Welcome to the Current Affairs Digital Library, Civilspedia. As part of today's discussion, we will be looking at She-Box, Climate Vulnerable Forum, and across an umbrella project coming under Ministry of Earth Sciences. And as part of mains, we'll discuss Kartarpur corridor in special reference to India-Pakistan relations. First, let us look into the She-Box. It is an online portal to report the complaints of sexual harassment at workplace, and it was a formal response mechanism from the Ministry of Women and Child Development in the year 2017. This online portal She-Box was launched in the year 2017 as a response to the global campaign Me Too. All right, and this was launched by the Ministry of Women and Child Development to monitor the effective implementation of Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act 2013, and it is also called as Sexual Harassment Act, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act of 2013. And there are some of the special features of this She-Box: sexual harassment electronic box or e-box. All right, and it is utilization of this information and communication technology to achieve gender equality and women empowerment. Whenever a woman or a visitor to a public office or a private office, whether unorganized or organized, reports sexual harassment in this portal of She-Box, the complaint will be immediately forwarded to the internal complaints committee or the local complaints committee of the district. Internal complaints committee of the company or the government department, or the local complaints committee of the district. This is in accordance with this Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. And this special feature coming under this is that when a woman registers complaint under this portal, there will be monitoring of Ministry of Women and Child Development, and also the complainant or the victim can also monitor the progress of inquiry conducted by this ICC or LCC, Internal Complaints Committee or Local Complaints Committee. Usually, when a woman approaches the Internal Complaints Committee of a company, there could be possibility of victim blaming. However, it is not there in e-box because it is an online forum. We are using digital response. And therefore, the users of She-Box, in addition to registering complaint, the She-Box is also enabling the users to interact with Ministry of Women and Child Development. This She-Box will also provide information about empaneled institutes of this Ministry of Women and Child Development, which these institutes were designated as empaneled institutes by the Ministry of Women and Child Development to provide training or workshop on the issue of sexual harassment at workplaces. These are some of the features of this sexual harassment electronic box launched in the year 2017, recently in news because the Ministry of Women and Child Development has linked this sexual harassment e-box to all the departments and ministries coming under central government, and also even at the level of district level. And one another thing is that even though a victim has already registered or reported the complaint to the ICC or LCC, they can also, once again, they are also eligible to register or report their complaint under She-Box. With this, we come to the end of this discussion. Next, we will look into Climate Vulnerable Forum. This is an international cooperation group of 48 developing countries which are facing severe threats because of global climate change. For example, there are some of the members are low island nations or island nations which are in existential threat because of rising sea level. So rising sea level is because of this melting of glaciers in various mountainous regions and others, and this melting of glaciers is because of global warming. All right. And because of the global warming, sea level increases because of melting of glaciers, and therefore it becomes an existential threat for these island nations. And therefore, under the initiative of Maldives, several nations launched this platform in the year 2009 to fight global climate change, which is man-induced, so as to protect themselves from the problem which could be caused in the future. For example, like sea level rise. And the main objective is to address the foremost issues related to global climate change as a collaborative platform of vulnerable countries, right? To address global climate change. And this Climate Vulnerable Forum has a trust launched in the year 2012, which is called as Climate Vulnerable Forum Trust Fund. It is the financing the activities of this Climate Vulnerable Forum. Some of the activities of this forum include forum meetings, and it has published climate vulnerability monitoring reports along with DARA. This DARA is an international non-for-profit organization that is providing humanitarian assistance to vulnerable populations who are affected by armed conflicts and natural disasters. All right. And in the year 2016, along with United Nations Development Program, UNDP, Climate Vulnerable Forum has launched this low carbon monitor. This is also, and it was recently in news because on November 22, the Climate Vulnerable Forum has conducted or as part of its activity has carried out this Climate Vulnerable Forum virtual summit, the first summit since 2009, and it was entirely online. That is what the meaning of this virtual summit, hosted from the Majuro, the capital of Marshall Islands. Entirely online the summit was, and it was hosted by this Marshall Island because for the period of 2018 to 20, the chair of this Climate Vulnerable Forum was this Marshall Islands. With this, we come to the end of this Climate Vulnerable Forum. Next, we will discuss an umbrella scheme coming under Ministry of Earth Sciences. Of several major schemes coming under Ministry of Earth Sciences, this is one such program. Full form is Atmosphere and Climate Research Modeling, Observing Systems and Services. This is one such major program. Some of the other major programs coming under Ministry of Earth Sciences are this OSTORMS, PACER, SAGE, Reach Out and OSMARTS. All right. And the objective of this umbrella scheme, which has 9 sub-schemes, is to provide reliable weather and climate forecasting. And one other objective is to improve the skill of this weather and climate forecasting so as to provide services such as agro-meteorological services, aviation service, environmental monitoring service, hydro-meteorological services, climate services, tourism, pilgrimage, mountaineering, etc. All these services will be provided through this scheme, and that is the objective, to provide reliable weather and climate forecasting. All right. And the 9 sub-schemes which come under this across umbrella scheme are multidisciplinary and multi-institutional in nature. Multi-institutional because 4 organizations coming under Ministry of Earth Sciences are involved in these 9 sub-schemes. One organization may be responsible for 1 or 2 sub-schemes like that. And they are India Meteorological Department in Delhi, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology in Pune, and we can see that the organizations National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting based in Noida, and also this Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services based in Hyderabad. These are the institutes which are part of this across scheme, and all these institutions come under Earth System and Science Organization, which comes under Earth Commission. Finally, all of them come under Ministry of Earth Services according to the Ministry of Earth Sciences website. All right. We should know about this, and with this we come to the end of this discussion on across. Next, we will discuss the Kartarpur corridor as part of India-Pakistan relations. First, we will see that this Kartarpur Sahib, which is also called as this Gurdwara Darbar Sahib, is located across River Ravi in Pakistan. Historically, it is stated that the founder of Sikhism, that is Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who spent his last years, around 18 years, around 18 years in this Kartarpur Sahib, and then finally he passed away there. And it was usual for the Sikh pilgrims before partition, those who are presently in the Indian side before partition, to go to this Kartarpur Sahib to pay respects and to offer prayers and worship to their Guru in this Sahib. But after partition, the route was blocked and it was no more possible for the Indian citizens to pay respect or prayer or worship to their Guru. So it was a demand long standing since the days of partition to promote a corridor or a route so that the Indian citizens, particularly Sikh pilgrims, could go and visit and offer prayers to their Guru in this Kartarpur Sahib, located in the Punjab in Pakistan. In Pakistan in Punjab. All right. However, the demand was so strong and increasing because this 550th birth anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak falls next year. And therefore, they were increasing their demand so that some kind of political action will take place to create a corridor or route so that next year they can go and visit this Kartarpur Sahib or Gurdwara Darbar Sahib. And very recently, on November 15th, India and Pakistan has announced that both of them will build this corridor on their respective sides of territories. And Indian government on November 22 has approved building and constructing this corridor through National Highway Authority of India so that Indian pilgrims can go and worship and pay respects to the Guru in this Kartarpur Sahib without any need to secure visa. So it is a visa-free corridor, and we should know that almost the distance between these 2 points, that is Kartarpur Sahib, this is Kartarpur Sahib, and this is Dera Baba Nanak Shrine, this is Indian territory, this is Pakistan territory, this is international boundary. India will construct the corridor from Dera Baba Nanak in Gurdaspur district in Punjab till the international boundary. Alright, this will be constructed by India and this will be constructed by Pakistan. The overall distance is roughly around 4 to 4.5 kilometers. Alright, from then if this corridor becomes operational, then Indian pilgrims from here will go to this Kartarpur Sahib and will offer prayers and will come back without any need to secure visa. And with this, we'll move on to a few concerns that have arisen as a result, which may arise as a result of this Kartarpur corridor. First, they have to ensure security in this corridor. Security here means security to the Sikh pilgrims who go from India to the other region, the Pakistan. And also, this corridor has to be safeguarded against any infiltration bid by the terrorists from Pakistan or through Pakistan. And second, there is also a growing concern that Indian Sikh pilgrims could be brainwashed by Khalistani separatist forces which are in Pakistan. And that is also one another concern. And this Kartarpur corridor may now set a precedence to other similar cases. There have been demands from Kashmiri Pandits in India to provide a route or a corridor to visit Sharda Peeth, which is in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. And there is also this temple, Hinglaj temple in Balochistan and Anandpur temple of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Demands could arise, and there is also demand so that Indians, Hindus particularly, can visit in Balochistan and this temple, and there should be more involvement of people to visit these places. And from the side of Pakistan, Pakistani citizens may be having the demand to visit this Moinuddin Chishti Dargah of Moinuddin Chishti in Ajmer, Rajasthan. So these demands are also there. We have to see how far it will be going. And we have one another concern, although Government of India in its press release has categorically stated this corridor will be operationalized throughout the year. But there are still concerns whether it will be a permanent corridor for all the years or will it be only for the 550th birth anniversary comes next year. Alright, and so far the government of Pakistan has not categorically clarified that whether it will provide consular access to the visiting Indian pilgrims to the Sahib. So these are all some of the concerns related to this Kartarpur corridor. Next, we will discuss this new thaw and new stepping stone or new achievement in this relationship between India and Pakistan can be used as a tool to normalize the ongoing tensions between India and Pakistan, and also to solve some or all of the problems that is between India and Pakistan. We'll look into three important things: one, terrorism, trade, and reviving SAARC. Coming to terrorism, if we utilize this opportunity to create more dialogues, and we must be able to compel, or we must be able to negotiate the Pakistan to announce or declare the masterminds behind 26/11 attacks, or the Pathankot attack in Jan 2016, or this Uri attack in September 2016, to be declared as terrorists in the Pakistan soil. If that happens, we can easily prosecute and punish those who are responsible for killing multiple innocent people, civilians, during the terrorist attack in 26/11 and other similar attacks. We have to make them announce such things. That is coming under terrorism. And part of trade, if you look at the value of bilateral trade between India and Pakistan, in the year 2013-14, the value of bilateral trade was around $2.7 billion. And in the year 2017-18, it reduced to $2.4 billion. And experts in economics and finance, they say that the bilateral trade potential stands around roughly 20 to 25 billion US dollars. But because of disputes, because of problems, because of bitter relationship between India and Pakistan, this potential is still unutilized. All right, and we'll now look at this South Asian Free Trade Agreement. This agreement was signed between India and Pakistan and came to operationalize since January 1, 2006. However, the only country in South Asia which is not implementing this SAFTA agreement is Pakistan, and contravening the provisions of this SAFTA agreement, South Asian Free Trade Agreement, Pakistan discriminatorily bans a lot of Indian products so that it could be imported into Pakistan. And under trade, we should ask for removal of such ban on Indian products, so that India can export and Pakistan can import Indian products, and thus we can improve our relationship in trade. And one such thing is that in trade we also have significant potential under textile and clothing and sports goods and surgical instruments. Presently, India is importing surgical instruments from advanced or developed countries at heavy cost. Provided if there is some good relationship between India and Pakistan, we can reduce the heavy cost and we can directly import from Pakistan, because Pakistan is exporting surgical instruments to European countries. All right, and that is with trade. And coming to SAARC, after the 18th SAARC summit in November 2014, no summits related to SAARC has happened, because the 19th SAARC summit was cancelled because India and few other countries of SAARC has backed out, stating that Pakistan is sponsoring terror attacks, particularly Uri attacks in September 2016. So Indian minister, central government minister, has visited Pakistan only for the home minister meeting. Indian home minister visited Pakistan prior to September, the Uri attack in Pakistan. After that, there has been no meeting from as part of Indian minister to Pakistan. No visit was there. And when SAARC remains idle, when there is no summits happening, the neighborhood countries who are in the SAARC bloc may lower their confidence on Indian leadership. Therefore, we have to revive this SAARC. And because of the problems or the disputes between India and Pakistan, SAARC is not functioning, because all other countries are cooperating, and Pakistan has been not willing to extend or act according to the provisions of SAARC charter. And the SAARC actually has a target, and in the year 2004, Pakistan agreed to a schedule to create South Asian Custom Union, and by 2020 to create South Asian Economic Union. But Pakistan has been reluctant to promote trade, and therefore all this could not be done in the near future until there has been very good improvement in India-Pakistan relations, and it is to be noted that SAARC region, there is low regional trade comparing to all other regional blocs in the world. And with this, although there have been other points such as cross-border terrorism and ceasefire violations, Indian foreign policy has to be at times bit aggressive to deal with such asymmetric warfare and cross-border terrorism. However, the foreign policy should be also compatible, as experts say that the peace and dialogue and negotiations and areas searching for mutual cooperation, areas for mutual cooperation is the only way forward to improve the relation and to secure peace, stability and economic integration and political success. And with this, we come to the end of this discussion. We have discussed about the Kartarpur corridor and also the concerns that are coming along with this implementation. And finally, we saw some of the major issues that could be solved, that should be solved, utilizing this opportunity or this new development of India-Pakistan relations. With this, we come to the end of this discussion. Today, we saw about sexual harassment e-box, climate vulnerable forum, and across an umbrella project coming under Ministry of Earth Sciences. And as a part of mains, we discussed Kartarpur corridor in relation to India-Pakistan relations. We request you to like our video, comment our video, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And the link for the PowerPoint presentation has been given along with the description of this video. You can download it and utilize for your purpose. And thank you.